Right, welcome back to another episode of Hooner's Garage. Last weekend I wasn't in the garage at all. I was actually away for the 15th Crazy Diamonds Toss in a Slipper Rally. Met up with all my friends. It was a fantastic weekend. Absolutely hammed it down, but it's just one of those, the rain doesn't matter. It was a superb weekend. Got to see some friends I haven't seen for a while. Got to stay in my tent, got to listen to some loud music, got to have a lot of laughs, so absolutely brilliant. And I took the GSX, which won Best in Show. So there we go. So thank you very much to everybody at Crazy Diamonds. That was fantastic. It was totally unexpected, and I'm over the moon. Well happy, which is actually very handy that it's a clock, because the clock that used to be on the wall over there died. Some of you may have noticed that in the background of some videos. It died and it went in the bin, and I was having to buy a new wall clock. I was thinking about it, and then I've got that, so that's going to be brilliant. That's going to go up there next to a photograph of Perry. And yeah, absolutely superb weekend. Still grinning about it now. Fantastic. Anyway, Project Rat Fudge. Had some more ideas. If you remember the last video, I built that cardboard sort of template for a box unit to go on the back of the FJ. Well, at the Toss and the Slipper, I got chatting to a few friends and banded a few more ideas about, and they've put some ideas forward, and I quite like the sound of them, so we'll have a look. Right, so this is how it was left. So with from the last video where I made the template for the box on the back. Don't like that for sure. So I think I'll replace that with some high density foam or something similar. The box, yeah, it's just a box, so that's the part that's probably going to get changed. Also, I did cut the seat pan down just a bit so it fits in line with this box or anything I have on the back. So then the reason for that is simply because of this. The tank is sculpted to take that. Yeah, I could build something, and I've got this pipe, and if I put something flat, build something that goes flat along here, it's not going to have an outlet. I don't know. I think that's going to be a problem. But this seat is designed to fit over that, so I might as well use it, cut it down, and I can just lay some high density foam over it if need be. If I point the camera at it, of course. Like that. So, but that's the bit that we're redesigning today. So here we are without the seat on, the box on the back, and what I'm thinking is a piece of metal that comes up here and a flat out across there. I'll get more carrying space, because I think the box is just a little bit too small to put a tent and stuff on. I want to use as much of this, so a flat plate from there up and then into the back there. So something like that. That's what I'm going for. Right. Right, so if you haven't already guessed, all I've done is take the old one, cut about 1.5 to 2 inches off the top, and lengthened it this way just a tad. And yeah, I think that does look, ignore that for the moment, I'll get to that in a minute, and I think that does look much better than the bigger box, and I might still be able to put that digital box underneath there still. So it's a lot shorter, but I have seen strip lights that you can put across the back, quite narrow ones, row of LEDs that do stop and tail. That's fine. Probably a side mount number plate bracket with a light, sort out some indicators which will probably go on the side there anyway. So I think that looks much better, and it's made the top bit bigger, so I can definitely get a tent and my stuff bag on top of that. And the added benefit is, because I've taken the lock off of this seat and narrowed it down, I was kind of worried about how I was going to get to be able to lock the seat down. But this, if I leave here, cut a gap up here, and when I foam this seat, foam all of it, this, when it's bolted down, will actually lock that in place. So that's killed that. That solved that problem, I think. I can just put some, when it's all finally welded, I can put like a door seal or something around there to stop the metal from this cutting into the foam, and I think that should do it. The wind's picking up a bit and this camera is crap, so I don't know how it's going to handle the wind. That is the cage that the front headlight sits in. I might still utilise that, but having said that, I do quite like the look of it without, so we will have to see. Right, I don't know how good this camera is going to be in this light, but there's a bracket here and a bracket here, so that's what I've attached the front end to, and I'm thinking that the rear end, because this holds the mudguard to the frame, so I'm thinking use the same bolt to hold the back, this box, this bit, to the frame. So that's there and there. And as I said, that also has the added benefit of clamping the rear end of this seat down so that you just can't take it off, so that's sweet. The side panels here, I can't find them. I can find the bits that go on the back there, which is now missing, but I can't find the original pieces that go on there. No idea where they've gone, but I'm thinking in the shed, this perforated black server door may look quite nice in this area here, and the same on this side is what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, and as for this, because I want to put a tent and bits and pieces on this, I think I'm going to put some sort of hoop up there, probably using the, I think I showed you this before, but just in case, these metal strips, these metal bars here, hopefully I can bend those up, wait for the camera to catch up, to some sort of, I don't know, sissy bar, I guess, I don't know, just a bar that goes over that I can bungee the tent and things to, because there's not a lot to do it, to bungee it to at the moment. So there we go. But yeah, that's much better. I do actually prefer that, and I still think that I can get these electronics here sorted out so that they are also underneath there, because there is actually a fair amount of space underneath that, so hopefully I can still get those in there and hide them. Sides on, I've still got to sort out this mess here. Is the clutch slave cylinder. It's a hydraulic clutch, and these are prone to go on FJs. I've got one on the other one. You can buy a whole replacement unit to go on there to replace it. It's just the seal on the inside is gone, but it does quite handily spray brake fluid all over the place, so that's very nice. So I know that's gone. You can also tell because there's no pressure there at all apart from the spring. That's just flapping around. That should be much better than that. So that's another problem to get sorted out. So once I've sorted that, I've still got to sort out the headlights, how I'm going to have the front end. I don't know whether to utilise the cage yet or not, but we'll see. And then sort out a side mounted number plate and the exhausts for that. Think of a way to do the exhaust for that, and then hopefully get it down the MOT station. I have got, back in the messy garage, a couple of Beowulf pipes there that actually came off the other FJ. I could utilise one or both of those. I'm not sure if I want a single or a double. It came with a double, and I must admit I do prefer a double exhaust for, I don't know, just personal reasons. I don't know personal reasons. I've got something against single exhaust, but I don't know. I like this symmetry, I guess. Is the, yeah, well, it's all personal, isn't it? I'm sure there'll be people who disagree with me. I'm not sure if I want singles or doubles, but I've got to find out how I'm going to put those. I said side mounted number plate. Not sure what side. I don't know if there's a legal requirement to have it on this side or that side or yada yada yada. I don't know. If you know, let me know so that I know, and then we all know, and it's great. There we go. Sweet. Right, that about wraps up another. Well, that just about wraps up this episode of Hooner's Garage. Not, I don't know if you'd call it a lot of progress at the moment, especially when I'm working on the FJ. I do find myself spending a lot of time walking around, looking at it. You know, just imagining different headlight setups, And that is quite surprising how much time that takes, especially when you've got a cup of tea in your hand. That can take hours, trust me. So, but I do like the new shortened look. It was a much better idea. So I know I said you can get these strip LED lights. It doesn't need to be a number plate light because it's going to have a side mounted number plate bracket, so I need the light on that. So all it needs is to be a stop and tail, and I've seen them on eBay, just a strip. That should be enough space left there to put that strip on, I'm hoping. And I still think that I can get those electrics underneath, as I said, hidden still in that rear box, and get it all out of the way, and then I can keep the cage off the front end. It's a bit, I still don't know. Putting the cage back on will probably solve a few problems. However, I'm not sure I like it. As you saw it in the clip earlier, I'm not sure I like it with the cage on the front. I quite like it without. So I still don't know how I'm going to mount the headlights on there without some sort of cage. I'm just not sure I like the look of that one. But on the other hand, it's use what you've got. I'm trying to spend as little money as possible. In fact, no money at all on this bike, other than, you know, new oil, new filters, and so on and so forth. Possibly new plugs. So I don't really want to spend too much more money on it. So I'm trying to utilise what I've got, which is, I'm guessing, the general idea anyway. But there we go. I can't weld. I have been advised that when some people found that I actually cut the back end off the bike, I was then prohibited from actually welding anything together, because I don't know. But I was quite happy to get a welder from somewhere and just give it a bash. But I do know somebody who can weld, and can weld very well, so I think that may have to go up. That template may have to go up and see what we can get out of it. Although getting one of these server doors up there is going to be a bit of a nightmare. I might be able to get that on the bike. I'm certainly not going to get that on the bike. So I may have to even cut the parts out down here and then take them up to weld. So I'll have to find out what I'm going to need to do. And then hopefully we can get that fitted, and then we can see if there's enough space for the electronics and everything else underneath it. So there we go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next episode of In the Garage.